welcome. We're making our gluten-free pumpkin cheesecake. Right now I'm getting my my cinnamon checks crushed in a Ziploc bag. You can do this with a food processor too, but it's an easier cleanup if you use the rolling pin and the Ziploc bag. And crush it to your consistency that you want to have it at. Make sure it's fine grained so that way no one gets chunks when they're trying to eat their cheesecake. That would be less than admirable. Okay, and I have my brown sugar, my tablespoon of brown sugar. I'm adding it to my melted butter. I'm getting another tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to the melted butter to mix in with your Chex Mix. Okay, now I have my finely crushed Chex Mix, my brown sugar and butter mixed. I'm going to go ahead and pour the two together. I'm pouring them together. I like to use a wooden spoon. You might want to use a spatula because this stuff does kind of stick in that in there. Okay, and I'm mixing it all together. I've got my butter, my brown sugar, and my cinnamon crushed Chex. This is going to be our crust. I like to use a spoon. Okay, and I'm using my hands like the recipe told us to do. I'm just going ahead and mixing it, feeling for consistency here. As soon as it sticks together, I know that it is going to be ready to put in the pan. And now I'm putting it in a 9-inch plate. I did not have a springform. The recipe does call to have the springform pan. Springforms make cheesecake a whole lot easier, and they are able to come out nicely, and you can just take the cheesecake out of the pan. But with this, it's still going to come out just as tasty and just as elegant. And this is the final result. I'm putting it in the oven at 350 for 6 minutes. This is my pumpkin, my canned pumpkin. Make sure that you get canned pumpkin and not pumpkin pie pre-made canning mix. This is our 2 egg yolks, just the yolks. I'm going to mix it together after I add my molasses. There's my molasses. Now I'm adding my spices, measuring them carefully. I've got my teaspoon of ground cinnamon, my allspice, and my nutmeg, and I'm mixing it all together here. And you can view the complete recipe also on this site. Now I'm zesting my orange. Okay, and now I'm going to mix everything up. I'm whisking it together. You want to make sure you whisk it all nice and even. You don't want any lumps. You don't want any spices pocketed anywhere in your mixing bowl. Okay, now it's smooth and creamy. You can see me using my spatula, making sure that there's no lumps or anything like that. You want to make sure that you add your eggs and your sugar at this point. And here comes the pumpkin mixture that we made earlier. I'm adding it to our cream cheese mixture. Aren't you excited? Now the important thing is once you get everything into the bowl that you go ahead and tap on that cream cheese pumpkin mixture so that there's no air pockets, and you'll see some as you tap on the bowl and you're mixing it. So get all the air pockets out.
baking one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
And yummy. We've got it in a water bath. Which means just put it in a little bit of water, fill it up to the side so you can see the water. I'm going to get ready to put it in the oven. I'll go under 50 minutes if you can. Okay, and if you can see that, it's 350 that we're going to put this at. 350. And it's going to be on there for 50 minutes. And don't open the oven until the cheesecake's been in there for at least 30 minutes so that you can see how it's doing. But give it 30 minutes before you open that oven. Even though it's tempting, give it 30 minutes. And here we go. We're going into the oven for the fateful baking moment. Okay, and now I'm going to make my topping. It's optional for you to do this, but it's really exciting and it tastes really yummy. I've got some chopped hazelnuts on there. I've got my caramel in that little bowl. I'm adding a little bit of my spices. I'm going to mix it all together. I'm going to put it in a pan, put it in the freezer. The pan's lined with parchment paper, so that way when you spread this mixture on there and you put it in the freezer, you can take it out and just slam it on the counter to crack it. Take those crackled pieces, place them over a slice of your yummy, yummy gluten-free pumpkin cheesecake.
Pierre, that's enough. Oh.
And it's a bark that you break up and you put it over the pumpkin cheesecake. Okay, and there's our cheesecake. It is done. I'm going to go ahead and take it out and put it in a cold water bath. It's already been in the oven with the oven turned off for an extra 10 minutes. And now we're going to get our final piece de la resistance. Here it is. Thank you so much and enjoy your gluten-free pumpkin cheesecake.